The meetings begin with 5 minutes of small talk. This provides time for everyone to gather, relax, and get their chit-chat out for the way so they can concentrate on the business at hand. After a call to order, 10 minutes is spent reporting on past actions. The group then turns to future actions and spends 10 minutes discussing what needs to be done and who needs to do it.
Okay. Who can read that fourth paragraph for me? Yes, sir.
The 4 remaining minutes are spent reflecting on the process used. This part is called planning, and it is an integral part of the learning experience. The process observer reports on how the group worked together. He or she concentrates on answering the question, how do we work as a team and as individuals? Often people don't reflect on the big picture and look for patterns, so they keep repeating the same mistakes. Knowing that certain people dominated the meeting, that suggestions were overlooked, or that some members opted not to participate in discussion can help the group become more aware of the group process and function more effectively in the future. However, this shouldn't only be a time for criticism. The process observer also reports on positive behaviors observed, such as the facilitators seeking opinions of those not volunteering, keeping the group on task, etc. The process observer role is key as a learning tool for the group. It reminds members that it's not just the doing that is important. Reflecting on how we do the work helps us learn lessons that can be applied in the future.
All right, cool. So if you turn to page 12. What you see on page 12, I borrowed your book, I apologize. If you look at page 12, you'll see the layout for a 30-minute meeting. So, it's simple. First 5 minutes is small talk. The next minute, the 6th minute, is the call to order. Then there's 10 minutes that talks about the past, tasks, and actions. And then 10 minutes spent on future actions and tasks. And then 4 minutes on claiming, where the process observer talks about 2 particular things. So I'm going to talk a little bit about these roles as it relates to how this format for meetings can work for you. Okay? So the recorder obviously takes good what? Starts with N and ends in oats.
Nope.
Right? So they take good notes. And and the definition of what that is in your book. The facilitator makes the group's work easy. Right? And the process observer, in the book it says they have good looks, but I want you to think of what the process observer does in these 2 ways. What the process observer tells the group is they tell the group, A, what went well, and B, what they can work on. All right? And so what I would encourage the process observer to do is after each meeting is to say one thing that went well and one thing that the group can work on. Okay? Because a lot of times it becomes really, what if somebody says, you know what, you can work on this, you need to work on this, this, and this, and you need to work on this, and you need to work on this. How does that start to make you feel?
Like their name is on my birth certificate.
Like their name is on my birth, because that's what it is. Isn't that what the kids say? No.
That's what's up.
Oh, because that's what's up.
Because that is what it is.
Because that is what it is. All right. And so what people want to know is, okay, dang, you said I got to work on all of this, but did I do something good? Right? Have you ever been in an interaction with an adult like that? They've got tons of information about what you need to work on and how you're not doing something right. And you go, dang, can you tell me what I am doing well? Right? Okay, that never happened to you. Okay, it just happened to me. So the process observer should say what went well and what they can work on. Okay? So So how does this work? What I would encourage you to do is, when do you have your first set of meetings? So when will you meet with the other groups, other kids, other adults?
I have it written down. In November.
November?
My first day.
Okay. So what I would encourage you, and see if you can find some space on your paper to draw this. And Natalie and Drew, I'd encourage you to really drive this process. But first of all, what is an agenda?
A plan,
Okay.
things to do list.
Yep, it could be a things to do list, right? So what I would encourage you, before you start your meetings, is to make sure that there is an agenda. It can be as simple as what's on page 12 or more complex, but you start with some kind of agenda. So we're going to start out with topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4, closure. All right? At the bottom of your agenda, what I would encourage you to have is team members' names, okay? So I have the team members' names, or the members on the committee's names. And then every time the agenda gets updated, or the next meeting, you have a smiley face, or some kind of insignia that says, so let's say this is Andre, this is Drew, and this is Nat. All right? So this particular meeting, since I have the smiley face, that means that I'm the facilitator. All right? And so Drew has a star next to his name, which means he's the recorder. Which means next meeting, Drew will be the what? The facilitator, and who will be the recorder?
Drew.
Nat.
Wait,
Natalie.
no, Nat.
Right? So for the next meeting, Natalie. And so we keep going down that list so everybody gets a chance to be the facilitator, the recorder, and the and let's have one more. So the first meeting that we have, I'm the facilitator, Drew is the recorder, and Natalie is the process observer. So she's going to look at the group's role and give us feedback at the end of the meeting. All right? And so this is going to bump down, and then Drew will be the facilitator, Natalie will be the recorder, and then I'll be the process observer, if this was our group. And we keep rotating those positions so that everybody gets an opportunity to show and demonstrate their leadership. Okay? So does that make sense at all? So as a process observer, what 2 questions will I ask?
What went well
Yep, what went well
and what we should work on.
and what we should work on. Okay? As a facilitator, what's my job? How do I facilitate the group?
Elicit responses, ask
Okay.
open-ended questions.
Ask open-ended questions. Ask everybody in the group.
Their ideas.
Ask everybody their ideas. Okay?
Make sure everything's good.
Make sure everything's heard. And do I say as a facilitator, you know what? I think that was a dumb idea. I think we should do this, that, or the other thing. Is that what I say as a facilitator?
You're
No.
neutral.
I'm a neutral party. So here's a trick you might want to remember. As a facilitator, you don't share your ideas, right? However, you may ask questions that can help your ideas be shared, if that makes sense. Okay? So one thing that I do sometimes is if I hear something and I'm like, I don't know that I agree with that, I'll ask the question, do other people share that same idea? Or do people think of this, is there another way to think about this? and ask the group to come back with another response. Okay? So you have your agenda, all that kind of stuff. Now, this is really interesting. When you have your agenda, if you're the notes taker, I'll just tell you. When you have your agenda, it becomes very easy to take notes. Why?
Because you know what's going on at each point in
Because
time.
your notes will look very similar to the what?
To the agenda.
To the agenda.